Yemen was a very, very primitive country. The Yemenites, we have a sentence in the Old Testament, in the Torah, that God said that He will take us on the wings of eagles to the Holy Land at the time when it's due for us to come by divine. These Yemenites had never seen an airplane in their lives. Suddenly there's a message that's gone out that the wings of eagles are here. The Messiah has come. And they all started trudging along, and they put the actual text of the sentence in Hebrew, Old Hebrew, on the planes. These are the wings of eagles. And they all rushed in, because this is a salvation. They've never seen such a thing. When they got there, they were taken into camps, they were taught a different life to the life that they'd lived before, an immoral life, an irreligious life, and they protested. There are cases still going on today. This was in 1949 and 50. One of the main scandals that was known was the fact that their children, their babies, were stolen from them because they had to be checked up for health. And all of them, or a lot of them, seem to have died suddenly. Nobody knows where the graves are. And they were sold at the time, in 1949 and 1950, for $5,000 a baby. To America, to Mexico, to all sorts of childless couples. And this, it comes to light at the time when these people are obviously not really registered as dead. And when they come to 18, they're suddenly called up to the army. They were told that they would die 18 years ago. But now they're supposed to be serving in the army. And these things have been going on the whole time. Our people have been protesting. We haven't had it easy. The Muslim people basically got involved with the fight against Zionism when it started affecting them on a political basis, which is 1917 for the Palestinians, or afterwards for some of the other Arab countries. We were in this fight from 1890 roughly. The difference is the following: that the Muslim nations have, in a way, a political claim. This is our country. We've been living here. We are ruling, and we want to continue to rule. A political fight. It might be a religious fight as well, but the terms are different. So where you have a political fight, take the Palestinian Authority, the Palestinian government. I've met Mr. Arafat, the chairman, in 1978 in Tunisia. He'll give him a certain thing. Let's try this, let's try that. Because he's going for the rights of his people. If you can't get the lot, get half, get a quarter. Let's get what we can. We can't do that. The simple reason that we can't recognize any part of that state or its representatives as being true. So we don't call it by the name they call it. We call it either Palestine or the Zionist state or the Holy Land. We won't admit to that. Our people won't take part in the votes because we don't recognize the state. We don't recognize the government. They won't take benefits because we don't want anything from your benefits. It's not yours to give. And basically, and they refuse to go into the army, etc. There are, over the period of time, the mentality has been false propaganda. If you sell it enough times, people start believing it. Goebbels, who was Hitler's propaganda minister, said a lie is only a lie till people start believing it. You say it again and again and again, the message gets through. Suddenly people, oh, it's not so. This is true. When the state was founded, all Orthodox Jews were against it. But then there was a view, two views. What do? We can continue fighting against it, Or perhaps if we go into the government and fight from within, we'll achieve something. There was that view with the intention of fighting them. But those people that did join, eventually they got tangled up. They want their institutions to be supported. They want their people special rights. Once you get into such a situation, you don't normally get out of it. Don't say they willingly went into it, and don't say they willingly intended to become involved. But as Ali said before, the situation today is that, I said this at the rally, the propaganda has caused, instead of Jew and Muslim living as neighbors, fine, friends, good morning, good afternoon, how are you? I'm not taking away your thing, you don't take away my thing. It's come to a degree of mistrust. I don't say every Muslim, but those that haven't heard of us before, look at the same as Ali did. Oh, this rabbi, yeah, he's one of those that is trying to oppress us. On the other side, a lot of Jews go on the streets, a Muslim, Arab, oh, he's out with a knife, he wants to kill me. So there is this mistrust. And this mistrust is the biggest weapon the Zionist organization has. When that weapon is destroyed, it destroys a lot more than destroying chemical warfare, than destroying atoms, because you're destroying the whole reason of their being there. Zionism thrives only on anti-Semitism. They say that we are here to save the Jews. If no Jews need saving, if the Jews are fine where they are, don't need the Zionism. We don't need the country. We don't need anything. Want to go and live in Palestine? Fine, we'll ask the Palestinian authority whether they'll give this man a visa, Rabbi so-and-so wants a visa to be able to go and settle in Jerusalem, the same as somebody would want a visa to settle in England. They'll come over, they'll try it out, and if they're allowed, fine, no problem. We have had demonstrations. The first murder of a Jew that took place in Palestine since 1917 was that of a Professor Dehan. Professor Dehan was a well-known man who was opposed to Zionism. And when he knew that they were trying to work for a state, he was planning to make a trip to England or America to put a stop to this. And he was capable of putting a stop to this. He received death threats, plenty. And he went to Rabbi Sonnenfeld, who was the rabbi of Jerusalem at the time. He said, yes, I've also received death threats. He said, this one is true. One night he went out, the night before he was supposed to leave, and as he was on the way home from prayers, he was shot. This was about 1920s. Later they found out who it was. The police looked one way, they were bribed, the British police, to look this way, and the people ran away the other way. The second president of the Zionist states, I won't say his wife, but his common-law wife, let's call her, was one of those that shot him. There were two. Nobody was ever convicted. There were cases later, state after the state, where there was a protest. People protest. People are allowed to protest against whatever they feel. They were out to get the leader of the Turikata. They mistook his identity for somebody else, and they killed somebody. They killed him. Mass demonstrations. A few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, this has been going on the whole time. 3 weeks ago, there was somebody else who was passing by a shop, a near-religious shop, where they're showing pornographic photos, and he said to a child, don't go in. And because of the shop owner came out, the Zionist, hit this rabbi over the head with a metal bar, killed him, and the police have it on video, but he was never charged because they have got no proofs.